carryover from earlier at bats. Reached out and popped it up. Fighting the sun is Bellinger, and the Reds are done in the 8th.
I don't know if you guys fully comprehend what you just saw, but Joey Votto just popped up to the first baseman for the first time in 6,828 plate appearances. If I go back to my playing days, I think I popped up 4 times in one game against the first baseman. So it's just Joey Votto. I think that stat alone gets him into the Hall of Fame. And all you people out there saying Joey Votto's not a Hall of Famer, you're wrong. What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another Major League Baseball recap video. It is going to be a ton of fun today. We have some Twitter beef between players. We have bat flips that weren't really bat flips, but I guess it was because it was kind of a throw. But there was a lot of stuff that happened yesterday, so make sure you guys watch all the way until the very end. We also have a special Vladimir Guerrero home run clip. He hit a home run out of the ballpark, so I cannot wait to get into today's video. But the first thing I got to say is this video is sponsored by Seatgeek. So if you guys are ever buying tickets to anything, make sure you use my code Fuzzy on Seatgeek, because again, I only like to promote stuff where you guys get to save money while you're going to do something that you love. So you like watching baseball, use code Fuzzy, save 20 bucks. It's easy. Before we start talking about the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. home runs and the Tim Anderson bat flips, we have some breaking news coming out from Atlanta. The closer for the Braves, Aradis Vizcaíno, he's actually out for the entire year with a shoulder injury. So I think this opens up the return of Craig Kimbrel to the Atlanta Braves. So I think it's going to be really cool to see Craig Kimbrel and Brian McCann on the same team yet again. I don't know if it's going to happen, but just think about it. The Braves are about to make the playoffs. They're on the cusp of being a really good World Series potential team, and now they lose their closer. Craig Kimbrel's on the market. You're going to have to pay the guy. And honestly, I don't mind. Craig Kimbrel's been pretty good his entire career. He's one of the best closers we've ever seen. I think he deserves a little bit of money. Maybe that's just me. What do you guys think? So speaking of pitchers, we have one home run that was pretty crazy. Brandon Woodruff of the Milwaukee Brewers. Take it away, man. Pitchers can rake. Hashtag pitchers rake.
Money here for the Brewers in the early stages of the season, and there's Aaron Wilkerson. Pitchers rake indeed.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get my sleeves ready because I might have to cover my eyes on this one. I'm not even a Red Sox fan, but it's just getting to the point where I don't understand what's happening to the Red Sox. So we're going to go ahead and watch the Brett Gardner Grand Slam against Ryan Brazier, who is on my fantasy team, so it hurts even more so. Red Sox fans, if you have to turn away, I understand. So, Brett Gardner, roll it.
Driven out to right field and deep. Going back, Betts turning, looking, see ya! A grand slam! And the Yankees lead 5-3.
I seriously have no idea what is happening to the Boston Red Sox. I'm going to be honest with you. It's just Steve Pearce and Mookie Betts. I think they're just in a funk right now. Once they actually get out of that funk, I think the Red Sox are going to be fine. Nathan Eovaldi turned in a pretty good performance. I think that the Red Sox are just pressing right now. They're on a World Series kind of hangover. They're going to be fine. All you Red Sox fans, don't stress out. I know the Orioles are better than they were supposed to be. The Rays are really good, and the Yankees just swept you, so there's not a lot of hope right now, but I think there's still hope. I'm going to pray for you guys. Dear baseball gods, please be nice to Red Sox fans. Amen. I don't know how this guy is not in the majors yet. In his last 2 seasons combined, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is almost hitting 400. He has a 380-something batting average, including this home run yesterday, which boosted his average even more. Yeah, this ball left the ballpark into the parking lot. I don't know why he's not on the team now. Now, don't get me wrong. I do understand why they're keeping him in the minors. It's not for injury's sake. It's not because he needs to develop his defensive skills. It's because they want to keep him under contract for 1 more year and get that service time, because the Cubs did it with Chris Bryant, and now they're benefiting from it. The Mets kind of did it with Pete Alonso in 2018, but then they said, you know what, you're raking in spring training. Let's go ahead and put you on the roster for 2019. So I give the Mets some props, but the Blue Jays, what are you doing? I'm just going to stop talking. Just enjoy the home run. Blue Jays fans, it's probably going to take another month, but sooner or later, you'll be seeing this in the big leagues. So it's going to be great.
At the Advocacy Center to devote so much time. Guerrero goes after the first pitch from Pointer and hits it high in the air to deep left field, up over everything. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. blasting a solo home run into the parking lot here at McCoy Stadium.
Guys, now we are to the point of the video which I'm sure all of you clicked on. Tim Anderson against the Kansas City Royals. He hit an absolute blast yesterday. This was a no-doubt home run. It put them up 2-0, so it wasn't a meaningless home run. We'll talk about why I'm bringing up the meaningless home run in just a second, because there's some beef between Tim Anderson and another Major League player. But for right now, let me go ahead and roll the clips, because both Tim Anderson and Brad Keller, the starting pitcher, were ejected. So let me just roll the clips, and then the comment section down below. Let me know. Is this the bat flip of the year? And also, should he have been thrown at? Do you like all of this extra stuff? In my opinion, as a baseball fan, I love bat flips. I love when pitchers go crazy. I just roll the tape. I don't know what else to say. This debate's getting old.
Tim crushes this ball. He throws the...
He leads off this inning. He's hit in the hip. He flipped the bat before you get to the bag.
You know, I know Rick is fighting for his players, but holy smokes.
So in my opinion, again, I am a massive baseball fan. I think that this stuff adds entertainment to the game. So I'm all good with Tim Anderson throwing that bat, because one thing that people are not seeing is the fact that when he did get hit, Tim Anderson, him and Martin Maldonado actually were cordial with each other. He actually patted Martin Maldonado on his chest like, we're good, we're good. And then he got ejected for yelling. So I think it's just Joe West has a really quick trigger. I'm not sure why he was ejected. Brad Keller was just, his ego was hurt, I understand, but just strike the dude out. Don't give him a free pass. You're literally putting that guy in harm's way, throwing a 95 fastball in the butt. Now, I know that's not going to hurt as much because it was in the butt, but you're getting the guy on first base when you could go at him like a professional pitcher and trust in your skills and strike him out, but instead you resort to plunking him. There was a chance that you could have missed your spot and hit him in the hands. I've never understood the fact that if I pimp a home run, you now get to throw an object at me that's really hard, that you can get it up to 96 miles an hour. I'll never understand that. That's a wussy move in my opinion. Again, I could be in the minority on this subject, but there was a commercial from MLB saying let the kids play. So let the kids play. So just a few seconds ago, I alluded to something called the meaningless home runs. Now, I'm alluding to a tweet that came out from the Toronto Blue Jays outfielder Randall Grichuk. He said something along the lines of guys should stop pimping home runs and meaningless home runs. Even though it was a tie game, it put them up 2-0, so it wasn't really a meaningless home run, but okay. And then he says that you should act like you've done it before. Well, Randall, I think you're hitting like 247 for your career, so okay? I'm not trying to bag on Randall Grichuk because I actually think that he's a pretty decent player, but what I thought was really funny is the fact that Tim Anderson responded to this saying, yo, Randall, make sure you put an at in that name so we know who you're talking about. So we obviously know Randall Grichuk is referring to Tim Anderson's home run. Tim Anderson responds to that, and then Randall Grichuk says something along like, bro, that's a clown statement, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not talking about you. Randall, you look like a straight goober right now. You were definitely talking about Tim Anderson. So, you know what would fix this? We're just going to keep it very simple. I don't think that there should be bat flips anymore. I think that we should just all resort to this guy right here. He struck out someone to end the game. No bat flips. Let's just do back flips. Roll it.
The kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Inning is over. The hat is off. The backflip is a 10 out of 10. And the Wahoos are 2-0 in the Seafood Series.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and move away from the Tim Anderson bat flip debacle, and we're going to go ahead and start talking about a player that you guys better start paying attention to. Brandon Lowe, the second baseman for the Tampa Bay Rays. This dude rakes. Let me go ahead and get my stats. He has 5 home runs on the season with 13 home runs and 2 stolen bases. On top of that, G-Man Choi also had a field day as well, so we're going to go ahead and roll the Brandon Lowe clips. We're going to go ahead and roll the G-Man Choi clips because these dudes, the Tampa Bay Rays, they're not going anywhere. You guys better watch out for them. And then once Blake Snell comes back from injury, the Rays, they're going to take off again. And if you guys think that Brandon Lowe is good and on fire, Marcell Ozuna has 5 home runs in his last 4 games. He just pulled a Mike Trout because just a few weeks ago, Mike Trout had 5 home runs in 4 games. So it really boggles my mind if we think about it that the Miami Marlins had this guy in the same lineup as Christian Yelich, Giancarlo Stanton, JT Realmuto, and D. Gordon. Like, that is one of the best 5. That's one of the best lineups I've ever heard of, if I'm being honest. So again, just like I prefaced the Red Sox fans with that Brett Gardner clip, I'm going to go ahead and preface you Marlins fans. Maybe you have to close your eyes because, yeah, Marcell Ozuna, 5 home runs in 4 games. Wow.
Out to left center again. Ozuna has done it. It's another home run. Marcell Ozuna. He's now homered in 4 straight.
Now, the Marlins could have had the best lineup that I've seen in quite some time, but I think for right now, I do have to go with the 2019 Philadelphia Phillies. They've already been really good, and they just got even better because they're using Scott Kingery more. Kingery is a top prospect. A lot of people wrote him off that he's not going to be that good. Well, he is starting off the season on fire already in 2019. I'm looking at my stats because I already brain farted, but he has a 480 batting average with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs and 25 plate appearances. The only thing about the Phillies that really sucks is the fact that Jake Arrieta is being their best pitcher so far with a 2.25 ERA, so good for Jake. But Aaron Nola's not been good. Zach Eflin is very hit or miss. They already sent down Nick Pivetta. I'm not sure what the Phillies are doing with their rotation, so guess who's available? Dallas Keuchel. Go get him. Or you can do what I proposed on Twitter and everyone mocked me for it, and now it seems like it's going to actually play out. You're going to have to trade one of your better position players. Maybe you give the Indians Franco. Maybe you give the Indians Franco and Odubel Herrera for our man Corey Kluber. I think that'd be a perfect trade. You get Corey Kluber, we get Odubel Herrera and Maikel Franco. Perfect. I think that's great. It's great. Speaking of the Indians, they actually just ended the Mariners' home run streak. I think they had a home run in, 19 or 17 straight games to start the season. That was a record for the Mariners. But the biggest performances came from the Indians' rotation and their bullpen. We have Carlos Carrasco. I think he went 7 innings with 12 strikeouts. And then we had a guy I've never even heard of before. Nick Wickren came in and shut the door. He went 2 relief innings, did not give up a single base hit, did not walk anyone. He got me fired up. But also I want to shout out Eric Swanson. He was the starting pitcher for the Seattle Mariners. It was his first ever major league start, and that dude knows how to pitch. So I wanted to shout him out real quick, but Carlos Carrasco and Nick Wickren, take it away, man.
And the 3-2 pitch. Swung out and missed. Hey, struck him out. A dozen Ks for Carrasco. And the payoff pitch. Hey, struck him out to end the game. Wow.
Alright guys, well that is going to wrap it up for today's video. We're going to go ahead and end it by showing all the rest of the home runs from yesterday. So again, let me know what you think of the whole Tim Anderson bat flip debacle. Do you like bat flips? Do you think that he was too excessive? Do you think that Randall Grichuk is in the right? Do you think that he's in the wrong? There's so many questions that we can ask, but thank you all so much for watching again. Thank you to Seatgeek for sponsoring this video. Use code Fuzzy to save $20 off. It's a lot of fun to go to baseball games and hockey games and basketball games, but it's even more fun when you're saving money. So you guys are the absolute best. Road to 90K and eventually 100K. We're going to get there. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace out.
And you know some people. We can make that happen.
Conforto Brewers in the early.
Pollock hits it last year. He's and high drive. Zimmerman, I think his last innings. High drive. Oh. And
Driven up.
beginning to end. Mad and
Adams.
Duggar drop back in.